What up, basketball people? Welcome back to the Step Back. Right off the top, a couple of announcements. We got a little bit of merch left from our first merch run that we did, and pretty soon we'll have a whole new collection coming out that we've been working on with some designers and things like that. So make sure you guys are following along on YouTube, on Twitter, and Instagram, and all that stuff. The link for the website for the merch is in the description underneath this video on YouTube. Same with where to follow along on Twitter and IG and all that stuff. Cool. Run that intro.
A timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! Rebound pass. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game. Is this the dagger? Oh! Iguodala to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Cleveland! This is for you.
Welcome to the Step Back Podcast.
All right, welcome back. How's it going? What's up, Pat?
What's good, Kyle? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm just chilling. I've been watching tons of basketball. Let's get into some of this stuff, dude. The first thing I want to bring up is this entire season has just been riddled with injuries. This entire season is just it's almost, you want to talk about like a season with an asterisk, man. Like, all right, so basically this is what happened, in my opinion. Every team that made it far in the bubble is screwed here. They've all dealt with astronomical amounts of injuries. The Celtics, the Lakers, the Heat, the Nuggets. Like the league like had to do what it had to do to get everything back lined up with the schedule. But having everything condensed so much, 62 games in this amount of time, like, man, we could have done 52 games.
Oh,
Take away some of these back-to-backs. All these guys are getting hurt, man. Like, all right, so I think this year's championship is basically wide open because of all these injuries. So listen to these couple stats I want to read you here based on these injuries. So according to the Elias Sports Bureau, 2021 All-Stars have missed 15% of games this season. That's on pace to be the second highest rate in NBA history. The only season that saw a higher rate was the 14-15 season at 16.8%.
Yes.
So, several teams have faced schedules packed with back-to-backs, 3 games in 4 days, 5 games in 7 days, etc. From January 13th to March 4th, the Heat went 51 days without more than 1 day of rest between games. That's the longest streak since the lockout season of 2011, per the Elias Sports Bureau. I don't know, man.
That's wild. That was an awesome stat. That's wild.
So, and now we're seeing guys are getting hurt with non-contact injuries.
Oh, dude.
Shout out to my dog, Jamal Murray, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, this.
Dude, I watched that live. As soon as that happened, I was like, it's over.
He went down screaming, dude, writhing in pain. He was like crawling on the ground and trying to grab the ground. That's when you know you're hurt, like when you're kicking your legs like a little kid and you're like crawling.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's bad. He tore something. Something's ruptured. So, yeah, I mean, Jamal Murray goes down ACL. It's the whole season. The Nuggets still going to beat the Heat 123-106. Michael Porter Jr. with 25 and 10.
Murray gets hurt in the Golden State game.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next game, they go on to so the Nuggets are like, you know, they look good the other night, last night against the Heat. Like I said, they won that game. Bam was playing, Jimmy was playing Hero, and Dragic was out, but like Robinson, they had a lot of the guys in. And the Nuggets were still able to like overcome that. They win 123-106. Michael Porter Jr. 25 and 10. Jokic triple-double, 17-point triple-double.
Right.
But it's like, man, this is just another one in this line of injuries where it's the same thing, man. I don't know. I look at this Nets team that's been depleted all year. I look at the Boston team between like the COVID stuff, like the Mavs team, between the COVID stuff and the injuries.
Totally.
You have to believe that they're from a shortened season, right?
Well, yeah, this whole season has been very, very strange,
just
bro.
like the bubble, very strange.
Totally. It's very odd. And I think the biggest thing for me was when Dallas was off to that horrible start. You know, they had all those guys in COVID, and they're like 10 games. They were like 6 or 7 or 8 games back. Like it was really bad.
Yeah, you're like, isn't this the best offense in NBA history last year?
Yeah.
And they suck.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So, I was like, dude, this team is in trouble. They lost Seth Curry, and Luka has just dragged them back into this playoff picture, and it's a testament to what he's been able to do. But back to what you were saying about Murray, man, it's like their season's over.
Well, all right. Does this bolster Jokic's MVP?
Yes,
chances
I
even
would.
more?
Yeah, this is his opportunity to.
So Jokic wins. Jokic is going to win. They're going to end up.
Damn, that's wild.
Look at this.
Bro.
Look at
Nikola
this.
Jokic is an MVP.
Okay, but look, right
Wow.
now, Nuggets and Lakers are 4-5. I can see it now. Let me paint a picture for you. Let me paint you a little picture here, okay? 4-5 matchup, Nuggets, Lakers. Lakers in 5, right?
Yeah, maybe
and then
4.
And then there's all of this. There's your MVP. Where's your MVP? This is your king. This is your king. The memes. I can see it now.
Hilarious.
This is your MVP. I can see it now. It's all over Twitter.
So let me drop this scenario on you.
Okay.
And I'm just ballparking.
Okay.
Just thinking.
Give me it.
What if the Lakers, if they end up at that 4-5, can you sit Bron?
Probably not. He probably won't. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but
though.
can you win that series with just AD?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
But you
bro.
don't.
yeah,
You
yeah,
don't, but
no,
you
for
probably
sure.
could.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm just kind of ballparking here. But yeah, man, this has been a wild season. Now, we just got a report that Levine is out with COVID.
So, yeah, I wanted to get into that next. But here, before we get into the Levine, I want to bring this up. Speaking of, what we were just going on, Lamarcus Aldridge yesterday calls it quits with he says irregular heartbeat. Now, the irregular heartbeat
Shocking.
thing is something that he has played with his entire career. He's diagnosed with a what do they call it? I forget the term. Anyone listening knows what I'm talking about. He's diagnosed with an irregular heartbeat like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
He plays his whole career with it. He says the other day he woke up with it bad, and then during the game it got worse, and then after the game it got even worse than that. He was really scared, went to the hospital, decided, I put basketball first for 15 years. It's time to put me and my health and my family first. Cool, man.
Totally
Lamarcus Aldridge is a
understandable.
legend. Yeah. Damian Lillard is calling for his number to be retired in Portland. Go back to Houston, Portland. When Dame hits the game winners,
he got the shot off.
that series, that series. What is it, 2013 or something like that? It's back.
Yeah. Dwight's on Houston.
Whatever year that is. Games 1 and 2, Aldridge goes for back-to-back 40-point games, 44 and 16 and 41 and 11.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, Aldridge on the high post. Portland Aldridge on the high post.
Yeah, pick and pops.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Or on the elbow.
But yeah, dude. So, I mean, it's just another one. And then, and so, all right. So, but last night.
Does that Aldridge thing mean anything to you? Let's break this down real quick.
I went on the whole rant about the Nets not having a front court and Andre Drummond have it with 20 and 11. And what do you think Embiid's going to do? Okay, meanwhile, they played Embiid last night. They played
they got
Embiid.
Smoked.
And Embiid had 39, 13, 2 blocks. He's shooting threes. He's at the foul line. He dominated the entire game. Did you see the step through, the and one off the Euro? And he ends up getting an and one. He's laying on the ground. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, someone's got to guard this guy,
You're talking about a center who's doing point guard moves. He's doing
totally.
Euros through traffic and one off the finger roll. Like, okay. Like, this is what's going to happen in the playoffs. This is exactly what I said. Like, now you're losing another veteran front court piece that was supposed to help bolster your front court. Like, it's tough, man. That is not good for them.
Yeah, dude.
Opens up a roster spot, but, like, who are you going to get that's Aldridge is 14-6 this year. He's a 15-year veteran. He's a 7-time All-Star.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Aldridge was going to be able to come in and at least get you 10 points.
He's a stretch big.
Yeah.
Which is exactly
Couple
what
buckets.
they needed. Yes, they needed a veteran big.
Dude, that's a big loss.
So like I don't know if that's considered part of the short season thing, but I'm just saying, like, there's so many health-related things.
I agree.
Speaking of health-related things, but here, to go back, so Philly does beat the Nets 123-117. Nets had no KD, no Harden, but like I said about the Lakers game, everyone's like, it means nothing. It means something. It means the other guys that aren't KD and Harden just got outplayed by Philly. That's what that means. That means those guys versus those guys. Those guys just got outplayed. That does mean something.
Yeah, totally.
Obviously, it's not going to play out the same when you have 2 MVPs coming back. I got it. I'm just saying, don't pretend like it doesn't matter that your players just got outplayed by their players. You have other players. That's fine. And, but like, you're still on the floor. Those players are going to be on the floor later too.
Yeah. Did you hear what Ben said?
What did he say? Which part?
So after the game, he was like, everyone's Rachel Nichols, I think, is talking to him, and she's like, well, what do you think? I mean, they've James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant.
Oh, he's like, there's one ball.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm way more worried about the Lakers who actually won the championship.
Yeah, respect to them, bro.
Yeah.
So I agree, man, and I think there's a part of me that could be kind of overlooking that for Brooklyn. Where it's like, dude, they don't play together. They haven't
that's what I
gelled.
said last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't gel. So I don't know, man.
I was rewatching.
You guys, go ahead.
I was rewatching my rant last week, and the one thing I said that I actually laughed at while rewatching it, because I had never even thought of it this way before.
Yeah.
It just came to me in the moment.
Right.
I was saying they're not a team. They're just 10, 12 guys wearing the same color outfits passing the ball to each other.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like,
Yeah,
that's kind
hilarious.
of legit. That's like
No,
a legit.
yeah. But I think, man, it's just like they gotta like just start playing games together, and
Yes,
you guys
they
can
get
call
on the
me
court.
crazy for saying that Brooklyn may not win this title, and I realize kind of how insane that sounds.
No, that's what I said last year about the Clippers, man. Everyone was calling me crazy last year. I was just like, that's fine.
Yeah, dude. I don't know,
The Clippers
man.
would have lost to the Mavs if KP hadn't got hurt. The Clippers wouldn't even have made it out of that series.
Bro,
Just like the Nets this year. Watch how reminiscent it is of the Clippers last year when you start seeing the Nets in the playoffs, and you're gonna be like, oh, what is happening? Watch, you'll see.
Dude, I just feel like, dude, there's no way that they're gonna go in. Where do they lose? It's just like that's where I've kind of been trying to figure out for the past couple
Bro,
of
they've
weeks.
been losing. They've been losing every couple of nights here. Are you watching them?
No,
they can't
yeah.
win games. They can't consistently put wins together, just like the Clippers last year.
Yeah, but it's like, dude,
Win one, drop two. Win
gotta
two, drop
believe-
three.
I gotta believe that when these guys come back, they're gonna try and figure it out.
Just like the Clippers were gonna figure it out when the playoffs came around last year. Right?
Yeah, dude.
You see how similar this all is.
Ring. That's all I want, bro. I just need LeBron to get another
You see
ring.
how similar this all
Totally,
is.
yeah.
Now, here's something. Speaking of LeBron getting another ring, because here's something you and I were talking about before this. Did you see Luka's game winner last night?
Oh,
Was this unbelievable? Dude, this is just more magic shit from Luka. He just does magic shit. Just like we were talking
Every
about.
night.
Yes. Just like in Steph's unanimous MVP run, where every night it was box office, you're going to see something amazing every night. At least one time per night, you're going to be like, oh my God, how did he do that?
Yeah.
Same thing's going on with Luka right now, where every night you're going to be like, he does a pass or something, makes a shot, and you're like, oh my God. The other night it was the one you were talking about, the step back three from 40 feet away.
Yeah, from in Boston.
With Kemba hanging all over him. It's like sometimes he does things where you're like, what was that, dude? So he hits his game winner last night with 2 seconds left in the inbound. He gets like one toe behind the line. It does like this goofy runner. It was like a floater. He threw
How
like
did you explain it before?
So this is what I said. I saw a tweet that said only the people old enough, only the basketball fans old enough will remember this and understand it. But back in the day, before like 2K the way it is now, I'm talking like NBA Live 06. You had to hit circle or whatever button's on the right. We'll call it circle for PlayStation to shoot. And square was dunk and layup. But sometimes you would hit the wrong button and you would do a layup attempt from 25 feet out and you'd be like, shit, I hit the wrong button. That's what Luka did last night. He did a layup attempt. He did a running floater.
For a game.
From 24 feet away for a game. Yeah. Dude, awesome, man. And like, how cool is it? LeBron shouts him out on Twitter afterwards.
Yeah, dude.
And dude, all the all-stars in the league just shout out Luka. Like, they all love Luka.
I don't care. I don't care about Utah. I don't care about Phoenix.
Yes.
I don't care about.
I know where you're going.
I don't
Give
care
it
about
to
the
me.
Clippers.
Give it to me.
Bro, I just need Luka to go in there.
Yeah.
And just win,
I would
beat
love-
everybody.
Oh my God! How much would you? Even if he beats the Clippers, the Lakers. What if he went in LA and just smacked LeBron around?
6.
What, he's got 40. Yeah, right. Beat the Lakers in 6. Luka's got 46, 16, and 15 in the elimination game. He's talking shit to LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm here. My time. My time. How much would you love that? That would be
Dude,
amazing. Dude.
So
I was telling you before. Every other guy that they've said, oh, this is the guy that takes it from LeBron. I was like, I don't know. Like, all these years they've been saying it's going to be Giannis. The whole time I've just been like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
As soon as now it's like Luka, it's like I'm comfortable with LeBron handing the keys over to Luka.
Yeah, bro.
That's the guy who it should be.
awesome, man. Dude, and he's hitting all these big shots last
He
year
hits
in the
massive
playoffs.
shots.
Yeah, awesome.
It's not
dude.
about the numbers. It's about the impact and the moment. Like,
Right.
this guy will go hit. Remember the one last year on the baseline off the inbound to win
Oh
the game?
my
Catch and
gosh.
shoot.
With, like,
on the-
0.2 left.
Yes,
Yeah.
catch and shoot real quick on the
Yeah,
baseline.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, what was that, dude?
Yeah.
He hits massive shots, man. He takes and makes. He just got balls of steel swinging between his legs. I swear to God, he takes massive shots.
Yeah, dude, unbelievable. I mean,
like I keep saying, they would have beat the Clippers last year in the playoffs if KP didn't get hurt.
I'm interested to see this seeding. Phoenix and Dallas, who you got? Oh, yeah.
That is what it is. That is what it is.
It probably goes 6 or 7.
Right now, if the playoffs start today, Jazz are 1, Phoenix Suns are 2, the Mavericks are 7, and the Grizzlies are 8. So 8-1 is Jazz Grizzlies, and 2-7 is Mavs Suns. I might have Luka in that series.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I also have money on the Suns to come out of the West because they're like plus 4,800 or something like that. So I'm going to get rich if they come out of the West. But that being said, yes, dude. Like,
emotionally,
Mavs,
I'm
Suns
there
in the
for
first
Luka.
Yeah, I probably got Luka too. It really all rides on KP. Because KP, he'll play a game or two, and then he's out a game or two, and then he'll play, and then he's out a couple games. And
do you trust Kristaps to play in a 7-game series? Hell no.
Really, it comes down to can Luka win a 7-game series by himself without Kristaps?
Yes. That's the conversation we need to be having.
That's the question, because we just have to expect that Kristaps won't be there.
Yes,
and I like Kristaps. I've been the one defending this guy against this idiot for years,
my God.
We have to assume he just won't be there because you can't bank on him being there.
Yeah, dude. And and now, in like these playoff series coming up, I mean, that Seth Curry trade is going to be more and more of a problem. But
me and Tim were talking about it. Me and Tim were talking about it yesterday. Watch this playoff run. There will be a Seth Curry game. Game 5, the Seth Curry game.
Yeah, in Philly.
Seth Curry's got 27. Yeah. You're going to be like, oh, no.
Yeah, dude.
You realize Seth Curry and his brother shoot the same percentages and have their entire careers. The only difference is one of them jacks and the other one doesn't. But, like, they shoot the same. They're both shooting 46% for their career.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, like, you realize, there will come a time where that lethal assassin is going to hurt you.
Dude, and he can kind of create his own shot a little bit, too. Mm-hmm. He's got floaters and stuff. So, yeah, man, I don't know. This Luka thing has been unbelievable. He's been so fun to watch. He's only 22. I'm on the Luka boat. I wasn't early. I was not.
You smoked that one.
Yeah, it took me a little while to get on the boat. I was refusing. I was on the Trey boat for a really long time, and then I realized he doesn't play defense and doesn't produce winning basketball at all. So it's cool.
But hey, they're 4 games behind the Bucks for the 4 seed. Atlanta is.
Yeah.
Atlanta, dude, listen to this. So right now,
time out here before you even drop that. Hear me out. This is my question for you. Is it Nate McMillan or is it Trey?
I don't know. It's probably both. It's probably both of them. Because here, listen to this. Like I just said, they're in the 5 slot right now. They're 4.5 games out of the 4 spot from Milwaukee. So if the playoffs end right now, I'm sorry, they're 4.5 games out of the 4 spot from Boston. My bad. If the playoffs end right now, the 4-5 matchup is the Hawks and the Celtics. And they're a half game apart. The Hawks are 30-25, and the Celtics are 29-26. The Hawks are a half game better than Boston, who we think of as one of the contenders in the East.
They're not.
I know, but I'm saying you put them in the tier above Atlanta. Well, Atlanta's got a better record, and if the playoffs start right now, they play each other in the first round. Are we sure we're picking Boston? I'm not sure. I mean, I probably do, but I'm not sure that I am. I have to think about that.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that doesn't make me comfortable.
Yeah, not at all.
No, I don't like that at all.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's it's weird with all these teams. It's dude, who is going to be able to step up in the playoffs? Because I mean, God, we're winding down here. We don't got a lot of games left, and that's my whole thing.
It's 17 games.
Yeah, bro, and that's my whole thing with LaVine, bro. It's dude, LaVine's going down.
So let's get into this. So just today, right before we start recording, today is Thursday. Right before we start recording, it gets popped by Woj. LaVine's out 10 to 14 days. Health and safety protocol. Also, the Bulls canceled practice on Thursday. So, I mean, is this a COVID thing? Does LaVine have COVID? Why would they cancel practice? Why is LaVine out 10 to 14 days, and why do they cancel practice?
So my thinking is they would have canceled practice because LaVine is probably with the team. He's probably with a bunch of guys on the team, whether they went out or they did something in Orlando. But regardless of all of that, he was on the floor 2 nights ago playing Orlando. And
before the Orlando game, my buddy Sam saw him at McDonald's getting pancakes. That breakfast.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And before the game, he was like, I saw Zach at McDonald's. Shout out, Zach. I hope those pancakes were good. And then after they got smoked by Orlando, my buddy was like, I bet you LeBron wasn't eating pancakes at McDonald's at 7 in the morning before the game.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Dude, I don't know, man. It's probably over.
this season? Dude, they only have 22 wins, bro. The Bulls have 22 wins.
Yeah, bro.
So here's the problem, dude. Here's the problem. Vooch will carry a team. So, like, you can't make him inactive. You have to just ride out the roster with
tanking,
Vooch. And Vooch is going to sit here and drag these guys like in a couple extra wins that I don't want now. You know?
Yeah, I want to lose every game for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so like this Eastern Conference playoff run, at least for the Bulls, this is over. Because, I mean, unless, hey, you never know.
They're going to play in like a playing game.
You never know. Maybe
but...
Vooch does win. Maybe he rips off 5 straight and averages 30 and 12. That could happen. He did it for the last however many years in Orlando. Like he's dragging the terrible roster to the playoffs there.
Yeah, they're like an 8 seed.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, if he could do that, then shouts to him. I've seen him do it before.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, right now they're sitting in a 10.
You don't
spot,
want
bro.
that though.
I
don't want that. I don't want to be even in the
Dude,
playing game.
Right. What's the point other than if you can get Vooch and Levine some experience together in the playoffs?
Also, can I mention this? Screw this play-in.
The 10 seed.
I think it's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
I hate this more and more as it goes on. I hate it.
It's weird.
I hate it.
Well, the idea is supposed to be to make it more even because it's only a 72-game series or a 72-game season rather than an 82. If a team would have been close and would have won those 10 games at the end and they would have snuck in, well, this shortened season screwed them. That's a fair point. You know what I mean? Like, say a younger team, like maybe the Pelicans or something like that. Like maybe a team whose star is young and like he needs more time to develop. Well, then those last 10 games are more important than the first 10. You know what I mean? Like you have a better chance of winning those last 10.
Yeah, but the product is bad, man.
I'm with you. It's also the injuries, man.
Like, the Bulls are going to drop out of that 10 spot. I mean, whether Vooch does it or not.
I mean, dude, they're 4 games behind the 9 spot now. The Pacers are 26 and 28.
Yeah, nice. But, yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, who's behind them? It's like Toronto and Washington.
Wizards,
yeah. So it's like, dude, are you really going to want to watch Washington in a playing game? No,
I would
bro.
Well, here, the argument is the one I just made, which is when we get Levine back, we need to get Zach and Vooch in a playoff series together, even if just one or even if just one play-in, whatever. Like, they need some sort of postseason experience together. That's a fair argument. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Because we don't have time. Vooch is on a 3-year deal. Our window's 3 years. We've been over this. The timeline, like, we don't really have time to, like, trying to get tanking and getting picks. Like, we need to be bringing in veterans and trying to win. Like, I don't need 19-year-olds. I don't need picks.
My whole point is in a player-empowered NBA where guys just go and join teams, then these number 1 seeds are stacked, bro. They're loaded with talent, bro. And it's like, if we're going to do this playing game, and I get the whole thing last year with Dame, Dame goes off, and they get the 8 seed. And yeah, they got the 8 seed.
And Morant.
Yeah, like they got the 8 seed, and then LeBron goes there and smacks them in 5. What are we doing, man? Why are we doing
energy.
And a lot of wasted energy.
A lot of wasted energy to just get your ass whooped by LeBron.
Yeah, a lot of wasted energy, injury potential.
Tough.
It's like, dude, what if Dame snaps his leg?
Yeah,
what
but
if
don't
Luka
you also
snaps his leg?
When you go into next season as a Bulls fan, right? As a Bulls, or at least somebody who lives in Chicago and wants the Bulls to do
right.
Well, don't you go into next season wanting a revitalized roster? Can we trim some of these extra pieces that you and I have talked about? We don't like. There's like 4 or 5 guys still. We can move. We can fix up. If we do that, we're able to get a point guard, get a defensive, wing or whatever, get a couple of the guys we need. And you're looking at, let's say on opening day, you're looking at next year's roster, and it's such that you're like, this is one of the strongest teams in the Eastern Conference. At that point, aren't you going to wish that last year they had some playoff experience together? Like, let's say, hypothetical world, let's say somehow on opening day it's like Chris Paul, Levine, a 3, who insert an awesome 3 here, Thad Young, and or something like that. Let's say it works out as to where you're like, this Bulls roster is awesome. They're one of the strongest teams in the East. Let's make a push for an actual run here. Aren't you gonna wish that last season they would have had playoff experience?
I mean, I guess. But, like, dude, I don't really even want to. I don't even really want that.
They suck, man.
That's what I'm
saying,
saying, bro.
Donovan is okay, man.
I can't. I'm not on that boat yet.
Dude,
Dude,
I think last night he was coaching for his job.
That's insane.
I think last night
I can't get on that.
I think last night he was.
It's his first year, man.
These guys are out here not playing. They don't even try. They're standing around yelling at each other. They're not. There's no culture. There's no like.
Yeah, but it's his first year, man. They just moved like their entire roster.
These guys don't have an identity. What's the Bulls' identity?
Levine and Vooch.
It's not really.
What do you mean?
Well, Levine had 16 points with 8 minutes left in the game last night.
for sure. But like
Well,
they have
it's
to
been
run
like this
through
the entire time since they've gotten both of them. It hasn't worked yet. Not one game has it worked where they both hit their averages and played their best. They hit their averages last night, but it was broken and sloppy.
Yeah.
Vooch had 28 and 12 in the third quarter, and Levine had 16. And Levine had to go on a crazy 9-point run on his own to even bring the Bulls back within 6. They were down 25.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a broken, disjointed thing that's happening. It's like it's supposed to be. Their identity is supposed to be Levine and Vooch, but like we haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, well, it's so early, man.
Disjointed. I know. I'm just saying, like, man, that game yesterday, I watched that whole game once again. The Bulls played NBA basketball for 5 minutes, 6 minutes at the end of the fourth quarter when they're down 25. Zach goes on like a nice little run by himself to cut it to, I don't know, 12. A couple guys make a couple buckets. It's like 6 or 8. And they're trying now. And you're watching it now, and if you watch like that team that existed in that 3-minute window versus the team that existed the 45 minutes prior, it's a different ball club. That's not even the same basketball team. You're talking about like a team that's out here trying and playing desperate and playing to win versus like a team that's just lackadaisical and yelling at their teammates.
Yeah.
They don't even do anything. Like they don't really run anything. They just kind of stand around. I don't know, man.
I can't get on that boat.
You
can be frustrated.
I'm obviously pro Billy Donovan and the Billy Donovan move over any other. Hey, man, I wanted Kenny Atkinson. You know that. I was public about wanting Kenny Atkinson. But listen, man. It doesn't look good. The last few games, it hasn't looked good. First of all, they don't guard anybody. They haven't since the day he got there.
Time out.
Or before.
Let me jump in here. So I think it's fair. I think you can be upset about the product.
I want to start this conversation.
Totally.
Let's start this Billy Donovan conversation.
No, I'm not. I'm
ready to.
I'm not doing. Bro, we're like 50 games into the season.
I'm not calling for his job. I'm starting. I want to start the conversation. You have 2 All-Stars, and since you've had these 2 All-Stars, your winning percentage is like 19.
They have no elite defenders. Zero.
You're not even trying.
Their best defender is a rookie who's 19 years old.
They have personnel problems. You know what personnel problems doesn't affect? Effort. You know what that is? Coaching.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
These guys are not trying. They're standing around. They're standing around yelling at one another. Guys are going waltzing into the lane. There's no one even in the lane. There's no one in the lane. They're like on the blocks. The defenders are on the block. You go waltzing into a 10-foot wide open lane and hit a layup, and 4 Bulls defenders just turn and yell at each other.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's too early to be on the Billy Donovan train.
I'm not calling for his job, but I want to start the conversation of let's put some fire under him because, listen, man, it's like politics. When you don't hold these people accountable, they do a bad job. You have to try to hold them accountable. Like, I'm not for shilling for some politician I like or some sports team I like. Like, dude, I'm going to call it even 100% of the time. I'm going to call what I see. Even if I love this guy and I want this to not be true, I'm going to call it the way my eyes see it. And, like, right now, my eyes are seeing a subpar coaching performance from Billy Donovan.
I think I'm looking at this on AK's point of view. He had to see what this team was. We had no idea. We had no idea how good Carter was. We had no idea how good Laurie was. Laurie could have been 28 and 10, and we wouldn't have been surprised. Mm-hmm. Kobe White could have came in and been 20 a game. We wouldn't have been surprised. Mm-hmm. So we needed to see what was going to happen. AK made the right move. He went out and got Vooch. That was an unbelievable move and franchise-altering move.
Now you look at the coaching. Now that it doesn't work, you start to point your head toward the coaching. That's
I think
the
it's
next
too
place
early,
you lie
man.
blame.
It's only 10 games in, and Levine is we're only like 10 games in with Vooch.
It's just this is the next
Levine has made an unbelievable jump. Depending on who you talk to, some people will tell you he's all NBA.
This is the next place that you lie blame, though. Is at the feet of the coaching staff.
I can't do that yet.
I'm out on that. It's the next place, though. Before you go to
maybe more time.
Yes, it's the next place. The next person you look at is your coaching staff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is the next. Obviously, again, I've said it every single episode since the trade. This team is not done. They did not make these couple moves at deadline day and go, okay, we have a championship contender. No, they didn't do that. They knew it wasn't done. I know that. I got it. I'm operating under the assumption that they already knew that going in. I'm still thinking this is worse than they thought it was going to be. They made that move. They thought they were going to hit a 4 or 5 seed. Fact. They thought they were going to hit a 5 seed.
I think that they thought that they were going to score way more points. I'm sure that they're looking at their defense. They're going to go out and get a bunch of good defenders. What's up with Marcus Smart? What's up with these guys that are going to hold you accountable on the court? Fuck a coach.
If you get Marcus Smart's $13 million, can you get a point guard that we want? Because I don't know. That might be your question right there.
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm just saying
a
Marcus
point guard.
Smart light.
You have to get a defensive pass first point. The Clippers haven't lost.
Yeah,
the Clippers are 9-0 since they got Rajon Rondo. What have I been saying, man?
Yeah.
What have I been saying? They're 9-0 since they got Rondo.
Yeah.
You need a point guard who doesn't care about this. The Bulls are similar to the Clippers. They don't have the same personnel, but they're in a similar position where they have like a couple all-stars and they have some nice pieces and they have some okay role pieces. Now you need a quarterback to come get guys in the right spot and set the table and make sure. It needs to be a guy who doesn't care about points. His two skills in the NBA need to be defense and quarterback and playmaking.
Yeah, Doug, I agree with
Chris
you.
Paul,
I agree
Lonzo,
with that.
Rondo. I want that type of guy. I want one of those old school point guards who's going to run the offense.
Yeah, I agree
it's just
with you.
Dude, the Clippers are 9-0, man. They haven't lost.
I agree, man. But I think it's too early to go at Billy Donovan.
Fair enough.
I think
we'll revisit this conversation.
Yeah. I think we need go get a guard. Go get someone that'll play Someone play defense.
Somebody's gonna.
Oh
somebody's
my
gonna try
God!
to guard somebody.
Please, Jesus, man.
All right, dude. Speaking of another team that kind of sucks and can't play defense, but is trying to make a playoff push here. I think we need to revisit the Warriors, dude. I think I was out too early.
I'm out still.
I think
I'm pro Steph. You know me. We're
think
done here. I'm done.
We have the bet. We have that whole bet, and you and I already talked about how like I'm gonna win and you're gonna lose, and it's regarding if Steph can drag this team to the playoffs. But I just want to let you know they're sitting in the 9 spot. They're sitting in the 9 spot, a game behind the Grizzlies, and they got Cleveland tonight. And Steph is just, I mean, the last 10 games, Steph Curry is just, I mean, he's averaging like 38 points a game on like 50.
Yeah, you were talking about all that kung fu fighting. He's pulling from everywhere. Somebody better guard that guy. Oh my God. Yeah, you were like, oh, he's sitting on the bench doing kung fu moves.
He was.
He's hitting 13 threes. You better guard that guy.
Still not a playoff team as of right now. But yeah,
Steph's got 38, about to go into the fourth, trying to get back in. Steve Kerr's like, sit down, bro. It's 40. It's 40.
Bro. I watched this guy and I'm just like, oh my.
How about the in and out in transition? I posted on the story,
and
the
he,
in and out, and he relocates to the corner. You're like, oh my God, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, dude, he's so good, dude.
Oh my goodness.
But that's
bro.
not my argument. My argument is about leadership and culture. It's not about his skills.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid enough to talk shit about Steph Curry's skills.
Yeah.
That being said, did you see my tweet when I was like, I go on the Stepback and I just rip down all the same players who make me hundreds of dollars on FanDuel every night. I was like, dude, last night I won $300 on a Steph Curry bet on one of those parlay bets, on one of those loopholes I've been making. Because I was like, I looked at it and I was like, all right, they're playing OKC. Steph Curry's been in the zone the last 6 games. He's definitely going to go off. What do I think he's got on him? I think I did 30 or 35. But then once you do, the odds are only like minus 250 or something. So it's not even a good bet. You're not even making money. But if you're saying he's going to go for 35, you can combine it with he's going to go for 30, he's going to go for 25, he's going to go for 20, he's going to go for 15, he's going to go for 10. If the over-under is sitting at 31, well, I just said he's going to hit 35, so I'm about to take the over. If he hits 35, he's definitely going to hit 1 3, he's definitely going to hit 2 threes, he's definitely going to hit 3 threes, he's definitely going to hit 4 threes. Now you're sitting here, you have like a 12-team parlay that's just Steph getting 35. That's all it is.
Right.
And you went from, if you would have just hit, I think Steph's going to get 35. The odds would have been like minus 250. But because you hit all these odds that are obvious, he has to hit these things to hit the 35.
Right.
It becomes like plus 700.
Yeah.
Dude, I won so much money yesterday on this.
Yeah.
I got Zach for 30 and Vooch for 25 and 10.
Yeah. Bang check.
$150.
Awesome.
And then I had Steph for 30, Wiggins for 15, and Steph for 4 threes. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
$300 there.
Yeah.
I got a bunch more tonight.
Dog.
Oh, man, all I know is when there's guys injured and other guys have to make up for the scoring, I'm amazed that FanDuel is even allowing these weird loopholes. Because the reason that they're all set at different odds is because they think you're going to pick one. But, like, why would I pick one if I can pick all of them and increase my... Why would I think Steph Curry's going to score 30 for minus 250 when I can hit all that crazy stuff that's saying the same thing? He just has to hit 30,
right.
But now it's plus 700.
Right.
Like, okay, I'll just keep doing this every night. I've been posting them on my Twitter. I'm just winning hundreds of dollars every night on this
awesome.
weird loophole.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's
but,
bizarre.
All right, so back to Steph real quick. So
Can they make? So you think they're out? They can't make
Dude,
a playoff push. They're in the 9.
My
hole,
frustration is not with Steph. It's never been with Steph. It's with these scrubs, bro. These garbage players.
I know.
These Andrew
I know
Wiggins,
that's
Kelly
your
Oubre,
frustration.
all these guys that are playing all the time. Who is that other guy they got rid of at the deadline? Brad Wanamaker. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Who is the guy last year? Kai Bowman. Like, bro, all these guys out here, bro. Stop. Just give the ball to Steph. Stop.
Remember we were watching a game at my house and I was like, they're passing the ball around and it goes to McKinney in the corner and I'm just like, whoever swings it to McKinney, clank. Who are these scrubs? Who are any of these scrubs? They're just, why are you wearing a Warriors jersey shooting threes? I don't know. Understand.
Why are you taking shots away from Steph Curry?
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Dude, and the one for me is he's got 52. He's going to line for like 54, whatever it is. I mean, he's unbelievable. I think he misses one of the free throws. He ends up with 53. But there's probably like 2 minutes ago, he's got 49. Everyone's like, it's one of those nights where everyone's like, dude, where's Steph? You know, and Wiggins is out here ISOing on the elbow.
Like 0 for 9
minutes to go, trying to hit 12 points. It's like, bro, you better just give the ball to Steph,
Bro, if you don't give Steph the ball, I swear to God.
What are we doing, bro? Wiggins is like, he's like jab stepping.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, stop. Just stop. Just knock it off now.
He's jab stepping.
Steph's like running around screens. He's
off
like,
the one
ball.
Yeah. Off the one dribble like Melo. Off the jab step. One dribble pull up.
He raises it. It's just off.
It's just
broke.
It's just back iron clank.
Stop it. Stop shooting. Attention to Andrew Wiggins. Stop shooting, bro.
No, I need you to shoot tonight. I have money on you to shoot tonight.
Stop shooting, dog.
All right, dude. So here's a really cool one. Or no, actually, I'm going to save this for last. Here, one more thing I want to get into. So right now, as I keep saying, if the playoffs start today, dude, the Knicks are a 6 seed.
Yeah.
My question is this just a legit playoff team? Are the Knicks just they're in? They're a legitimate pencil them in. They're a playoff team. Period.
Dude, I'm gonna say this right now. It's Tibbs.
Okay, well, relax.
You're anti-Tibbs.
I'm not anti. Well, sort of, but I'm saying for this conversation, I'm giving Tibbs his props. Totally.
Okay, yeah.
But
he's done an awesome job, bro.
You know who has done a better job and deserves more credit? Leon Rose.
Oh,
I would like to get into this real quick.
Yeah, that's
I want
awesome.
to get into these Leon Rose pickups, okay? He snags Nerlens Noel and Alex Burks. That is about the best $11 million you can spend in the NBA for your dollar right now.
He got Alec Burks, and who was the other guy? Sorry.
Nerlens Noel.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
nice.
Combine those two players on $11 million combined. That's about the best $11 million you can spend in the NBA right now.
Yeah, Burks is like 14 a game.
Listen to this. Nerlens Noel ranks first in the NBA in defensive plus minus. He ranks second in the NBA in block percentage for his team. And he ranks second in the NBA in block percentage for his team on the third best defensive team in the NBA while earning $5 million on a 1-year deal. That's about as beautiful as it can get situationally. Yeah, because that's mutually beneficial for both. He's on an awesome deal. He's helping them make a playoff run. He's also going to earn himself a bag next year playing that kind of defense.
Noel's always been a good defender.
Always has been.
Yeah, always been a good defender. Same with Alec Burks. Alec Burks was an elite defender coming out of Colorado.
Like you said, he's averaging 13, 14 a game. Listen, man, these are both huge pickups for Tibbs and Leon Rose.
Worldwide West.
Yeah, and I think I think we need to talk a little bit more about how the Knicks, not only Tibbs, but their front office and just right on down they've just done so well as opposed to...
Oh, it's not over.
As opposed to how they used to be.
Oh, it's not over.
Dude, they won that game the other night. I saw a stat. Here, let me find it real quick. And it was the other night, and it was the Knicks versus... Who they play 2 nights ago.
Oh, my gosh.
2 nights ago, they played...
It was in the Garden.
Yes.
Yeah, I know which game you're talking about.
Yeah, so 2 days ago. And the Knicks won by 15. And despite shooting 5 of 27 from deep.
Yeah.
In the 2021 modern NBA, they shot 5 of 27 from deep, and they won by 15. So first thing my brain goes to, Tibbs. Tibbs and Julius Randle. Tibbs plus Julius Randle. Oh, dude, we're going to grind you down.
Yeah.
Tibbs and Julius Randle. Oh, you're talking about Grind City, USA.
Yeah.
You know what they do? I've been watching them. You know what they do? Julius Randle brings the ball up the floor.
I believe that.
He goes into the post at half court. He'll turn his back to the basket at half court and start backing guys down. Right, 2 steps over half court, 10 feet behind the 3-point line. Someone will come out to pick him up, and he turns his back to the basket and starts bullying him. Out there, 40 feet away from the hoop, he starts backing guys down.
Problematic.
Dude, he does it like literally 60% of their possessions is Randall backing guys down from the 3-point line.
Dude, you
Dude,
gotta
and
give.
he wants to go left all the time. Dude, the other night he had 32 and 16 or something.
Probably like 5,
He's
too.
a house.
Yeah.
He's a house.
Dude, you
bro.
gotta give credit to Tibbs.
Everybody
You
knows,
have to.
Everybody knows where the ball's going, and not only do they know where the ball's going, they know what he's gonna do. He doesn't have he's only going left. He's not doing anything other than going
He
left.
always goes
Everybody
left.
knows where
Yeah.
the ball's
He-
going.
oh, and then-
and he still is out here 36, 16, and 5. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
And then he
this guy's
goes
a
right,
house, bro.
and then spins back left.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This guy, dude, he's a house, man. He's the king of the grind between Tibbs and Randall.
Dude,
king of the grind.
time out.
They're nice, bro. They're in the
Time
6th
out.
seed, and they're nice.
Shout out Tibbs, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
shout
doing
out
that
Tibbs.
right now,
Yep.
bro, because that team was a garbage train
dumpster
wreck
fire.
last year.
Yeah,
And he went out, made an awesome pick. They went out and got Quickly. Quickly's been awesome for them. Mitchell
Yes,
Robinson's
dude.
always hurt, so once they get him back, I don't know
And
if
like
he's really
RJ
long
Barrett
for
has
there.
taken a huge step up. RJ
Totally.
Barrett been hitting game winners or at least daggers with 20 seconds left on
Yeah.
the clock to put him up 8 or
Yeah,
whatever.
dude, all those
Game's
guys
over.
have developed a lot.
Yes, dude.
But it's
totally.
like the big one that we've always liked is, we've been saying this for years. He's like, dude, one guy in the Knicks we've always liked, Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah,
But he's never been able to stay healthy, man. So it's like, dude, that's another big
He's like a
piece.
7-foot anchor who just
Yeah.
blocks. He blocks like 3 shots a game,
Yeah,
dude.
D Rose is out there helping them too.
Yeah.
They got a nice squad, man, and they're gonna be. They're probably not gonna be a tough out, but you got to give shout out to
They might
Tibbs for.
sneak up on somebody. Who do they play if it ends today? What did I say? They are 6.
You don't want to see Tibbs in the
So,
playoffs.
Hey man, they're 6. They're gonna sneak up on the Bucks in the first round. No, they get smacked by the Bucks.
I don't know.
Hey, yeah, they might take a game or two off.
Tibbs
them.
has got a
Might
great.
sneak up.
Tibbs
on,
is a great defensive coach.
Yeah, Giannis build the wall. Can he shoot? Can Tibbs out
Dude.
game plan the Bucks and
Dude,
Giannis and
if
Coach
you're-
Bud?
Dude, if you're
Coach
Milwaukee,
Bud often gets out coached in the playoffs. He doesn't he doesn't use the right
So-
rotation. He doesn't play his
So talk to
he
me
plays
here.
his superstars like 34 minutes a game in the playoffs. Like, are we sure that Tibbs and this Knicks team can't roll in there and beat Coach Bud and
so
Giannis in the
what
first
is your
round?
what is your anti-Tibbs thing?
I think the NBA, I think have been proved wrong this year by his system. I think defensive first head coaches, think they don't really work in the NBA. I also think he grinds his guys down and plays them way too many minutes and way too often. And he's not
I agree with that. He's always done that. He
he's
always
kinda
just
like-
burns his rotation
he's old
guys.
school. He's old school,
Yeah.
so he commands respect from his players, which is important. But I think as we move further and further in, these guys are not like that anymore. Like Steve Kerr and Steph Curry have the relationship that you want between a coach and a player, and that relationship will never be had between Tibbs and another player. He's too old school and hard headed, and he grinds his guys down. He doesn't mind. Now, hey. Is he an awesome schematic guy and developmental guy?
wins, bro.
Yeah, bro. Obviously, I'm not saying it's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the worst coach in the league.
Yeah, totally.
I'm saying these are my issues with him.
Yeah.
Like, these are what make him not perfect in my eyes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, dude, he's a good coach, man. The guy lived in the playoffs with the Bulls.
He
Like,
took Minnesota.
I know, man. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm saying, like, these are my gripes with him. You know?
Yeah, no, I got you. But dude, I just think there's no other really way to look at. Dude, he was out of the league, man. He was on the jump. Like, he's just sitting on the desk, bro.
That's true.
It's like, dude, that's crazy, man. And he's done a great job. He's taken this Knicks team for
Yeah,
God,
dude,
my whole
shout
life
out-
has been just a
Other
dog.
than Melo,
dumpster fire.
but they were terrible. They weren't.
They weren't gonna do anything.
All right, dude. Yeah, shout out Tibbs and shout out Leon Rose, man. You guys are.
And Worldwide West.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you guys are really turning it around, man. And now it's to the point. It's just like D'Lo did with Brooklyn. We're
Are
like,
they
finally-
too far deep though? Are they in basketball hell?
I don't know. I think that, like you and I always say, it's gonna need someone going there.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
change.
I agree with
but
that.
just like D'Lo dragging Brooklyn to the playoffs, and they're on national TV, and you're watching them, and you're like, oh, Brooklyn's cool. They got like Jay-Z. They got a cool court. They
Yeah,
got cool
the
uniforms.
Garden, yeah.
They do the Big E thing on the uniforms. They got
Totally. That's what the
whole
Knicks have with the
Brooklyn-
Garden.
The whole Brooklyn thing is cool.
Yeah.
But you needed someone to bring them to the playoffs and put them on national TV games so guys could see that, and then they could go there because it becomes cool in their eyes.
Yeah.
The same thing needs to happen with New York, and this might be that first step to where they're in the playoffs. They're like, look, we got a cool thing going. You know, we need a KD and Kawhi type pairing to come say, hey, let's go make the Garden awesome. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I agree, man. And the Knicks, like I was just saying, sorry, but they have the Garden. It's like the Mecca.
It's supposed to be.
You know, so
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man.
I just think even there are some games this year where it's like, dude, some of these games, I know, dude, watching basketball in the Garden is different, especially when the Knicks are good, man.
It's supposed
a
to be.
different environment.
I
It
don't
is.
know. What,
It
what are you?
is.
What time period are you referencing?
You remember Jeremy Lin? You remember Lin Sanity?
Mike D'Antoni? And,
Yeah, totally.
uh-huh.
But I'm not telling you
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a great time.
I remember
But
it.
Jeremy Lin's winning games.
For like
he's
2
hitting-
weeks.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
like 2 weeks they're winning games. He's
Yeah.
hitting big shots. The Garden's rocking, bro.
Yeah.
Melo's on the bench. He's injured. He's clapping and
Yeah.
stuff. It's, regardless of
Fair.
all of that, man.
They were in the NBA Finals in '99.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, we're still in the Ewing era. Like, we're,
Yeah, but
we're
I'm
past
saying,
this.
like,
I'm
they're-
talking like
that's only
2004,
22 seasons
2005
ago.
and on.
But I'm saying that, yeah, that's true. Like, maybe their lows are lower than other teams' lows, but, like, they haven't been a dumpster fire for as long as a lot of these other organizations have. You know what I mean? Like, they were just it was 22 years ago. They were just in the finals. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like,
But, I mean, they've,
but for the majority, basically since then, yeah, they've.
in a player freedom NBA.
You know what I'll die remembering, dude? Remember that Easter game against the Bulls
Oh,
where
Melo
Carmelo
City's-
comes down and he pulls up, just a dribble pull up
Yeah.
with no time
The right
left
arc.
in the fourth quarter. Yes,
Yeah.
from deep, from the right arc to
Yeah.
tie the game. This
Yeah.
is on Easter Sunday. To tie the
On
game.
ESPN.
Yes, to tie the game. Boom, tie.
Mike Breen's on the game.
Goes into overtime because Melo just tied that game.
Bang!
And at the end of overtime, he pulls up from the same spot, hits the same shot to win the game. So he hit it at the end of regulation and the end of overtime. It's like, yeah, those are like my best real New York Knicks
moments.
moments.
But
yeah.
It's like, dude, the Knicks, my whole point of all of this is like, dude, the Knicks just have to be good again so we can get the Garden going. And it's like the Knicks
It's
got
supposed
the
to be
right
cool.
guy. They got the right guy. Tibbs is going to take them to the playoffs, and they're going to get
They'll
recognition.
probably be in the playoffs every year with Tibbs, but I don't think he's the coach that brings them the championship.
I agree, but they probably win a playoff series like once or twice or maybe I don't know, man. It's not out of the
time there. Yeah, I'll buy that.
and it's not out of the question. So, dude, shout out Tibbs, awesome year for them.
Yeah, I agree, man. Shout out to Knicks. Shout out Leon Rose and Julius Randle. And Julius Randle's probably going to win Most Improved.
Yeah, it's
At
awesome.
least when I'm on all the betting apps.
Yeah.
Vegas has him as the highest or the best odds.
Yeah, awesome, bro.
All right, man. Last thing I wanted to get into. It was announced Michael Jordan is going to present Kobe Bryant's
Love that.
Hall of Fame ceremony.
Awesome.
Is that the coolest thing? That's
Yeah.
the coolest move they could have made, right?
Yeah, they couldn't have done better. Bro, if I'm really being honest, you know how much I love LeBron.
Yeah, I love LeBron,
would've
Kobe,
been-
Michael. I love all those
Yeah,
guys.
I
Like,
would've
dude,
been-
this is a Michael Jordan thing right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I would have been upset if LeBron did it.
it's probably well, no, I wouldn't have. It would have been awesome. Like Kobe's last tweet was to LeBron, and LeBron passed Kobe in scoring the
dude,
night
but it's
before.
like-
But Kobe's idol is Michael.
That's what I'm saying.
Totally,
So it's like,
it's
dude,
the right move.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
the totally right move.
Yeah.
Love it, dude. Absolutely love it. Coming all the way, remember when they first showed the trailer for, I think maybe it was episode 4 of The Last Dance where it has Kobe on the couch?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, dude, it was like 4 or 5 months after Kobe passed away. And it just hit everyone like, oh, no, you're going to watch Kobe sitting on his couch on your TV this Sunday talking directly to you into the camera, and it's going to hit you. Bro, I have goosebumps sitting here talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know, man. The Kobe Michael thing is like, I don't know how to describe it. It really is like big brother, little brother. There is no one in sports that I can think of right now at the top of my head whose game is patterned off another player's game more similarly than Kobe's is to Michael. Can you? In any sport,
No.
can you think of
Yeah, no.
anybody's game who's patterned as similarly as Kobe's?
It's a
Michael?
replica image.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's the exact every move down to the way they fall away on the
Yeah, it's
jumpers,
the same thing.
down to the way they dribble the ball. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, it's
Kobe had like this obsession with Mike, this almost unhealthy obsession
Yeah.
to be at his level or higher, and he never quite made it, man. He came, in my
so
opinion,
close,
just
bro.
a hair short, just
Bro,
a hair
and
short.
That's when we first started doing this podcast. We were sitting down.
He's
we
got
were
the
like, dude,
5, man.
We're like, dude, what do you think of Kobe? You're like, dude, he's just a worse Michael. He's at the
It's
all-time.
Unfortunately, that's a fair sentence.
But that's unbelievable, bro, because he became so close. He's still
to the greatest
you're
ever.
out of
yes.
your mind if he's out of your top 3. You're out of your mind, I think.
Kobe?
Yeah. I think he's got to be in your top 3. He's
That's
got to be on your Mount Rushmore.
That's
he has to be.
I think you're
he has
insane.
To be.
You're
No, I
insane.
think if the other way is insane. He has to be. He has to be. He's got 5 rings. He's
So
one of
does
the best
Duncan.
shooting guards.
So does Duncan.
Yeah.
Duncan beat more Hall of Famers in his finals and playoff
He's the
career.
best 4 ever to walk the earth.
I'm ready to start the conversation for all the LeBron people out there who talk about the modern NBA and the modern NBA is better than any other NBA.
Yeah.
I'm ready to start the conversation of then you guys aren't ready for the convo that Duncan's the GOAT. Duncan, 5 rings in the current NBA, beat LeBron multiple times in the finals, beat multiple Hall of Famers multiple times in the finals, multiple MVPs, finals MVPs. He's got it all. Duncan, I'm ready.
I'm not hating on Duncan, bro. He's the greatest power forward. You could argue he's the greatest big man ever.
I'm saying you can make an argument that he's better than LeBron and Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah.
You can make that same argument because if you're going to make the argument that the players of today are better than the players of the 80s and 90s, then what the argument that you're making is the LeBrons and Duncans are better than your guys of the 90s and early 2000s.
but Kobe was in that era too, and he dominated
He's in both eras. He's in both eras. Yeah,
and
but Kobe-
dominated both.
But Kobe also
Duncan's in both.
yeah, that's true. Kobe also he has 3 titles where he's not the most important guy on the team. Like, I don't know. You're putting him in your top 3? What
Yes.
other guys in your top 50 are in your top 20 have multiple championships where they're not the best player on the team?
Yeah, bro, it's
Because you're putting him in the conversation with like LeBron James and
'cause he's
Michael
got
Jordan.
Yeah, but there's a year where
That's
he's the
laughable to think Michael Jordan or LeBron James win a championship when they're not the best player.
Yeah, no,
that's laughable.
I agree, but also
There's no one.
Yeah, but it's not his
How
fault.
can you not be the best player on your own team when you're being talked about as a top 3 player of all time? You're not even the best player on your own
Bro,
team.
I don't think it's fair. Kobe walked into Shaq. He didn't get. He wasn't like, all right, I just got traded from Charlotte.
Yeah,
to LA.
but
give me the ball, bro.
Fine, even
I'm
their
gonna win us a title.
even their last year together, Kobe's in Shaq's shadow. The entire regular season, the entire playoff run, and the entire finals.
Yeah, but Kobe's out here got MVPs
just
too,
like
bro.
when you put Steph and just like Steph and KD do. But when you put them together, you realize who's the better basketball player, who takes over more
dude.
games, who's the more impactful.
Kobe doesn't have
basketball
that.
player.
Kobe's not going to come down and take over a game.
Well, of course he is. Certainly later in his career once he gets pow. But like that early version of Kobe is not even the best player on his own team.
Dude, that's tough. That's tough.
Top 3 is crazy. Top 3 is crazy.
No.
Kobe's top 15, top 10 maybe.
Nah, he's in my
3
top
is
3 for
insane.
sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't adjust
the guy
that.
leads basketball in all-time shots missed. The guy
Yeah,
shot
that's-
himself out of hundreds of thousands of basketball games. That's crazy, dude. You're talking about a gunner who comes in and just does the exact same thing Michael does, but worse.
Bro, he's got 5 rings. He's got an MVP. He's out here. Bro, he's one of the greatest shooting guards of all time.
5 rings, 2 finals MVPs, and 1 regular season MVP is enough for your top 3?
Yeah.
God, that's a low bar. That's a super low bar.
Yeah, bro, I can't.
Doesn't matter, dude.
Out of all the players that I've watched with my own eyes, Kobe coming down in massive
Yeah, well, you're like
moments, bro.
23. How old are you?
24.
So exactly. You're 24. I'm 29. So it's a little bit different, but yeah, dude. Kobe has a little bit.
He's got finals MVPs. He's got regular season
he's got
MVPs.
2 of them.
He's the best player in the league and the best player in the finals on a championship team twice. Yeah, dog. No way. He's got multiple scoring titles. My man's a walking, sleeping, living, breathing bucket, bro.
Yeah, and a walking, living, sleeping, breathing missed bucket as
Yeah,
well.
for sure.
As well.
But also,
and lose by 29 because you shot 46 shots, or lose by 19 because you refused to shoot. Because
Yeah, but
everyone's
that's his thing. Is he's got a you want Kobe not shooting?
No, of
Like,
course
it's like,
not. But
tough.
I'm saying, dude, I was there, man. I watched his whole career. I watched when he couldn't make anything
He's
happen.
airballing in the finals.
I watched it. I've seen it. I saw it play out so many times. I saw this guy where if he would have played team basketball and make the right plays, it would have taken them further many, many times. Now, did I also see because he didn't play team basketball and make the right play, he personally took them further? Yes, I saw that as well, for sure. Absolutely. I'm not going to pretend like I didn't. But hey, man, I love Kobe Bryant. This conversation digressed into like I'm not trying to talk shit about Kobe Bryant. He's one of my favorite players ever. Yeah. Shout out Kobe. Shout out Michael. I think it's an awesome move for the NBA to.
Dude, 81.
I think it's an awesome move for the NBA to have Michael present Kobe with his Hall of Fame ceremony and sort of memorialize him that way. It's like it really is like a full circle moment, man. It's like the reason that Kobe.
I agree.
The reason that Kobe became the player that is so loved and lauded and considered one of the greatest ever, and he'll be in the Hall of Fame. The reason that Michael's standing there presenting him is because of him. You know what I mean? It's because Michael was there to set the example for Kobe to want to reach up to that bar.
What's the quote he uses in The Last Dance? Without those 6 rings, there is no Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, something like that. That's right. Yeah. Without Michael, They've
there is
all
no
said
Kobe
that,
Bryant,
though. I mean, LeBron has said that.
Yeah,
and
totally.
so has
But
Luka.
also, like,
Everybody said
but
that.
it's like it's different though because
he was the first one.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Kobe was the first one to come in and like try to be like Mike.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, dude.
It's
Cool,
awesome.
man.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch all.
Same,
yeah,
man,
that speech is gonna
definitely.
be dope.
Yeah,
so.
like Michael's gonna definitely say something that's either gonna.
It's gonna be. It's
gonna
be super sad.
Ruthless.
Yeah.
Where the only 2 men in the world with that type of killer mentality you're sitting there talking about right there, Kobe and Michael, or it's gonna be sad, where it's gonna just make you sad, or you're gonna like
I think
smile,
it'd probably be both,
or you're gonna like smile because of how ruthless you're. Like this guy
is a psychopath
telling the story of another psychopath.
Yeah.
Hilarious. All right, man. Anything else?
No, we're good.
All right, dude. Later.
Peace.